1921.
Bone Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk, and that title refers to the skulls they were using, the jawbones, as tomahawks
made out of bone.
And that's this is a film starring Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson,
Richard Jenkins.
And it's a Wild West frontier film with cannibals.
Drama horror, really.
Drama horror.
It wasn't that horror-y, I didn't think. It was a bit
spooky. It had
it was
some
a bit
scares in it. It sort of ended up as a monster movie.
Yeah,
because they had bones in their face. They weren't humans. I don't know.
So what was your initial impression of it?
It's pretty.
Pretty?
It's a pretty movie. It makes me want to live in the Wild West a little bit, apart from all the bone cannibals.
Yeah, watching this movie, I was like, the Wild West would have been a nice time to experience for a little bit. I don't think I would have liked to live there, but it would have been nice to see it for just a bit.
That's the plot of our Westworld.
Is it?
Yeah, like, they have robots, and they have like a theme park where you can just go live in the Wild West.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can go into the saloon and just shoot up the robots. Anyway, you should watch that. Yeah, no, whenever I watch a Wild West movie, I think that it's just such a nice, just a nice, anything goes. Anything goes back in the Wild W. So what were your initial thoughts then, Cameron?
I really liked it. It was good.
Not like the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah. I don't really have... My only negative of the movie would be, I think it could be 15 minutes shorter.
I think it could be half an hour shorter.
Half an hour shorter. Oh, I think...
very long.
No, I think
it was very tedious.
The slow burn of it was what made it so special at the start. Is you're building up these characters, and then it didn't really succumb to cliches and expectations. Like I said to you, I bet the old man's gonna die. The deputy backup sheriff. But then Kurt Russell and the cool white suit guy ended up dying, which I didn't expect.
That's I know what you mean by, but I also think it's very much satirical. I think it's actually it's like a slasher, or like a The Hills Have Eyes sort of satire, or not a satire, but like an emulation of that sort of monster genre of like spooky civilization cannibal things out in the wilderness. And what was I going to say? It does every time.
No, you do this every time. But I thought this movie looked absolutely stunning. Every shot was real nice. And it was one of these Wild West movies where I kind of bought it.
Okay.
Like the sets looked real good.
All
the environments, the guns, the props, the costume design. It was all good. Real good.
It felt like a play. Like a high school play.
Yeah.
There were no sets that weren't deliberate, apart, except for the outdoor sets that were, like just sand and dirt and stuff. But any indoor thing, and every character that was introduced came in there for dialogue and for exposition.
Yeah, it was very dialogue heavy.
And every set was just like one shot. Like, you didn't really get to explore any indoor places. I suppose it's because it was unnecessary, but it still just felt like a play they had put on, and it was just like, alright.
That doesn't sound like a compliment. You mean that to be a compliment?
I don't mean that to be, I don't know, it's just an observation.
So did you like the way it looked?
Yeah, I like the way it looked. It was unique. At least, and it made at least the outdoor scenes, the way it made, it looked better than True Grit. True Grit, yeah. It looked better than that.
Is Kurt Russell in that too?
No. Jeff Bridges,
that's what I'm thinking of. They look kind of similar, those guys.
A little bit.
I think Kurt Russell's cooler though.
Kurt Russell's always good. Snake Plissken.
He's death-proof.
He's definitely, and he's in Tombstone. So there's no stranger to the Wild West.
No, he's not.
No,
He's been in the Antarctic too.
he has been.
Mm.
It's been.
But
McCready is his name in that.
yeah, I thought, like, even the ending. This was a real good. I always say most movies have terrible endings and it ruins the entire movie. But this is one of the best endings I've seen all year, I think. With the 3 gunshot wounds. The 3 gunshots.
Mm.
So you know. Oh,
What was he doing with the stone?
I think that was just a stone to defend himself with.
Right, there was none left.
But I could have missed it, yeah. And then there's the.
The effects in this movie are really
that
nice.
they're all gone. And Kurt Russell had done his job. And they could walk home safe. And
Well, I told you, I called that he'll die an honourable death.
Yeah. I suppose it was a little bit predictable, that.
Oh, well, what isn't there?
Yeah.
I like the effects in this. I like the arrow effects and
Mm-hmm.
the... Well, it looked all practical.
Yeah, it was very, very brutal. They weren't shy of showing gore, really.
Like the arrows that came in, they just... And they're there, and I suppose that was what it would be like with these super fast cannibal people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all sneaky, and they jumped out from behind tumbleweeds.
Yeah, they were real sneaky.
And that's what was scary about them. I don't know how many there were.
One thing I would have liked to see more is the small town vibe. Like, you got a bit of it with the population 278, and you saw the little community where the mayor's coming down and stuff.
Mm.
But I would like to see a little bit more, so it's more of a community, and the death of the sheriff meant a bit more.
Well, that's what the dressmaker's for.
Yeah, you like the dressmaker. It really did
Yeah.
a good job of showcasing a lot of characters.
Yeah.
But
That's what
this
Twin
was-
Peaks is for.
Yeah, this was basically just a bit.
Oh,
4
well,
characters, really. And
yeah,
it was the
well-
ones that went on the expedition.
That's because it wasn't meant to be that.
Yeah.
It was just meant to be the... Yeah. So what do you think of the characters? And you like the sheriff? Do you like the old guy? I liked every character.
Yeah, they're all
That's
cool. They're all good characters.
I liked every character. I liked the cocky, pompous guy.
Mm-hmm.
He made me happy.
We were saying during the movie, if I was the husband of the wife that got kidnapped, I would have been like, I think I'll sit this one out. I gotta keep the leg up.
You're the sheriff.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it above my heart. Elevated. The wife said.
Happy wife, happy life. Hope she's not dead.
No. Yeah. I'm just. It could be cannibals. It's gonna be my excuse for everything now. It could be cannibals. It could be arrow shooting cannibals. The arrows look cool actually. They had like bones on them.
Tomahawks.
Bone tomahawks too.
Quite an interesting title for a movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit stupid, and then I sort of figured it out when I saw the bone tomahawks, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how would they work, but that's alright. It's meant to be a bit cheesy, I think.
I hear the alternative title was Bone Arrow, but they scrapped it in favour of Bone Tomahawk.
Is that true? Bone arrow. Do you mean that as in bow and arrow?
No, Bone Arrow.
Because bone arrow sounds quite... That could work.
They should hire me.
I should hire you.
But for a guy, this was his first movie he's ever directed, and he'd written another movie that came out in 2011. He also wrote this. But he's
What
been
was the 2011 movie?
I can't remember. I never heard of it. But he was a cinematographer on a few movies, and I think that shows.
Oh,
This
yeah.
movie was very, very pretty.
Was he cinematographer on this as well?
Don't think so. But
Well, I suppose he would have had input. Anyway.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if I liked it, actually.
What would you give it out of 5?
3.9?
3.9. Well, I'm going almost a full point higher. 4.8.
That's really close to 5.
I considered giving it a 5, but I think
Serious?
it did drag a bit. I think the scene between the husband getting to save them, that could have been condensed a bit. Because I was getting a bit sick of it, and I kind of just wanted them to be saved, because I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I liked
And so it loses the 2 points, the 0.2 points for that.
I liked the other movie better than this one.
Like Backcountry more.
Yeah. I did like that more.
I like this way more. This was really good. This is one of the best movies I've seen all year.
Serious?
Yeah, really
No,
like
I
this.
like Backcountry a little bit more. I didn't like it like it was like amazingly good.
I don't think this movie's for everyone, but certainly for me.
I'm a huge Western fan too.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, okay. I like Backcountry. I like the. I don't know, that one just felt better. This one, because that wasn't as a. That was more. That was like a real. That was more real. This one's like a cannibal race.
Yeah, I suppose it was.
So this one's not meant to be like taken too seriously.
Yeah.
So what did I go at? 3.8.
3.9.
3.9. You
I
gave
gave
it 4.8. Okay. Well, that concludes this review of Bone Arrow.
Let's go to sleep.
Oh, fuck. I was so close to falling asleep during this movie. I really can't remember too much of it actually.
I hope the black eyes don't show up on camera. The baggy eyes.
Yeah, good movie. Yeah, good movie. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Right, goodbye.